Hey man, y'all ready? Hey man, you know what it is, man. It's that You Heard podcast, man. We have full strength today. You see it. You see it. Hey man, 1,037 subscribers last count. You know what I'm saying? We
Let's
getting our
go.
grind down. Like, share, subscribe, comment, review, all that. You know what I'm saying? Even drop your hate. We appreciate all of it, man. Because we ain't scared of none of it. What's going on, fam?
We need to talk about watermelon later. But
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
got some things to talk
Watermelon
about.
gate happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. We got some things to chop it
let's
up, man.
talk about it. Let's
get-
chop it up. Let's chop it up.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
You know
Let's
what it
chop
is.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CB. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre and post game analysis.
All right,
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
talk
please.
about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about that shit right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying like, I don't.
I mean, what did you talk? What are we talking about, son?
get into it? I felt
Keep it in the buck.
You heard?
yeah, man.
Oh, that intro is crazy.
Hey, man, we had to include the cherries, fam. We had to include the cherries, man.
Hey, let's do this now. Because I see the way he looking at me, bro. Let's do this now.
Let's just get this out of the way.
Charcoal cherries first. Rat
Yeah.
snacks second.
Yep. Second,
What
cinnamon
else?
toast crunch
What-
bugles.
Cinnamon
Yeah,
toast
before the
crunch
show, so y'all wouldn't have
bugles.
seen this.
Third,
They debuted a new snack,
turn it around, son.
cinnamon toast
Yeah.
crunch.
All types of high
Bugles.
fructose corn syrup in there. Now we've heard
on.
from this dude that watermelon is whack. It's trash.
Big trash.
Big
Big trash is what I said. Say what I
But
said. It's trash.
Artificially flavored watermelon flavoring is dope.
It's better.
That's the shit right
Yes.
there.
Doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So watermelon
Okay.
blow pops and
Better.
watermelon juice is
Better.
all
Fruit
good.
roll ups.
Way
But
better
the-
than the fruit.
But the
Honestly,
real shit, the
The
real
real okay,
What's that?
melons, period. The entire melon family is a bottom tier fruit.
So cantaloupe is trash.
Let's list. Stop me when I'm wrong. Stop me when I'm wrong. Fruits that are better than watermelon. Stop me when I'm
Stop.
wrong.
Stop.
Mangoes.
Stop right now. There it is.
Stop.
Mangoes,
Mangoes are good.
No, mangoes. Yeah.
grapes, apples,
Mm,
peaches,
Hold on. Wait. Pause.
plums.
Hold on. What kind of apples? We talking grannies? You know
The
what I'm saying? Or we
family,
talking
the
the green-
whole
Oh,
family.
okay.
There
Okay.
ain't an
Okay,
apple
all
that
apples.
exists that's not
That's false.
worse than a.
That's fake.
I'm stopping
No.
you, but good. Keep going.
Stop. Okay. Yeah.
Keep going.
Y'all, wow. What apple is not better than a watermelon?
Man, there's some trash ass apples out there.
Yeah, for real.
The
Like,
Granny Smiths for sure are killing watermelons.
if you eating it in a pie or something, if you
This
just
is
eating that
absurd.
shit, a
This is
candy
absurd.
apple.
Bananas also better. Oranges also better. Plums,
Bananas are not better.
peaches, nectars,
Plums,
pears.
Plums?
There is an in the
No.
kiwis.
Stop.
Canepa. Shout out to my Puerto Ricans. Canepas killing them.
Stop,
What are we
man.
doing here? People's strawberries are better than watermelon. Cherries,
Son,
both styles. Both styles.
actually, don't put the real style with your style.
Both
Don't do it.
styles.
Don't put 'em
Both
together,
styles.
Do not put them together.
No.
Do not
Nah.
put them together. They don't go in the
both,
same.
both cherries.
They're not in the same.
Both
tier.
cherry family. Cherry
No.
family.
No, that's
Cherry
not.
family.
They're not
What are
even in the
we
same
doing?
family.
We're
Moving
son.
past it. We're
That's
moving
not
past it. We're
the
moving past it. We're moving past it.
No.
They're not the same family, son. At all.
Can we agree
You
that
find your cherries in the
as-
candy
as-
aisle. No. Don't put
Cherries
that out there. Out here next to some Twizzlers. And get the fuck out of here. Your shit putting cherries with real cherries. Ain't no goddamn pits in that cherry
Okay.
that you talking about. That
Kiwis.
shit,
Kiwis.
the pit in your cherry melts
Kiwis are
off in the
also
water.
better than
Outta
watermelon.
here.
No,
No.
no on the kiwi.
No on the
The
kiwi.
only fruits that are not better than watermelon are the other trash melons.
So
Cantaloupe,
so
booty.
let's cantaloupe is whack to you.
Booty. trash.
I'm not a fan
Bro,
of
when you
cantaloupe. I'll
get the
give him that one.
fruit salad, they give you a bunch of melon because nobody wants
That's
it.
what I'm talking about. That's the melon you're accustomed to, son. You talking
Yeah.
about fruit salad melon.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
people, my
No,
people are
man.
Trinidadian. Dog. All we do is have fresh fruit.
Okay.
Melon's
Oh,
booty.
wait.
It's
Hold up.
trash.
Hold up.
It
I'm about to
can't
be
be.
right
If
there,
you're talking
CB.
about
I'm
fresh
about-
fruit, it can't be.
It
son.
can't be fresh. You eat the
It can't
cherry
be.
off the hand, fam. You can't be.
It can't
All
be
we
fresh.
eat is fresh fruit. No, your fruit can't be
Go
from
get
the
it. Yeah,
from the
go get
same
it,
eye.
CB. Go get
I
it.
hear
son.
lying. I hear lying. All we eat is
Go and
fresh
get
fruit.
it.
Like he didn't get his fruit
Get
from
it.
a jar. The fuck out of here.
Don't bring a
be lying
banana
like-
in here, son. That's not. We're not
Yeah,
talking
so-
about that.
First of all, banana is all right, but it ain't got no real. It's like it's cool to like eat after the gym, but banana isn't out here really getting it like that. That's just wild, man. Out here saying banana over watermelon. I will put mangoes is number one for me though. If I'm keeping it a buck, mango's my number one
Mango.
fruit.
I love mango. I love
Fam.
mango.
Love mango.
My
fam.
parents literally grow all their own stuff. All they eat is fresh
Okay,
fruit.
so you bought an eggplant, son?
Yeah,
I just took this from my dad's house today. That's what I'm showing y'all. I literally just brought this.
I don't. Okay, what's that?
Is he disappointed in you when you chew on those cherries? Hey, Dad, look what I got.
A little bit.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Is that really your shit?
A little bit.
And you show it with charcoal cherries? Yeah, I thought so.
inside don't really love it.
Yeah, of course not. Why would they? He's out here lying. Joe's so disappointed, yo.
Okay.
So I say that to
Right.
say this.
Listen, everybody got.
Showed
Showed
up with an eggplant. That
Watermelon.
ain't the same thing, man.
Look at actually because I just picked that. There's peppers there too, but the peppers you can't hold in your hands for too long. That shit's hot as hell. My parents got like a whole situation. Yeah, watermelon's a bottom tier fruit, bro. Check the replies. I'm not the only one that believes this.
No, but those people.
doesn't
Just 'cause they
matter.
You're
agree
telling
with
me
you
you'd rather have a watermelon than a mango? You're
Sure,
honestly
you
telling
can
me you would
point
take
out
watermelon
a couple
over grapes?
You could
would
point out
take-
a couple people, but
Yeah.
that doesn't. That
Everybody
doesn't
agrees
make
on
it.
Watermelon's better than grapes. You guys would rather have watermelon than grapes.
All fruit is good, son. Fruit is
Yeah.
good. Period. To me, there's not a bad fruit, a whack fruit. To me, I
Grapefruit's
like
kinda
all
trash.
fruit, except for grapefruit. Yes,
Grapefruit's
I don't
kinda
like
trash.
Yeah,
grapefruut.
grapefruit is a bottom tier.
Grapefruit's
That's
trash.
I don't
we're all
like
agreed.
grapefruit.
Cantaloupe is
Grapefruit
not solid. Cantaloupe is it's not
Cantaloupe
terrible,
is
but
good,
it's but on the is cantaloupe good? Yes. Is it a top tier fruit? No.
Nah, there's no. It's good. It's all good. Fruit is fruit is good.
No.
We're not doing the top 25 of fruits.
Plums
No.
are definitely
See,
not a top.
Yeah,
You
I
put
need to
plums up there.
understand that
Plums
they
is
are
not
now
up
backing out of this because they realize watermelon is not a top tier fruit.
No,
So
I
now
don't-
there
there's
are no
top
tiers
tier.
of fruit.
They're all top tier.
Everyone in the comment,
No.
y'all know what's
They're
happening.
all top tier.
This is
Fruit
defeat.
Fruit
Top tier.
is top
Y'all,
tier.
y'all feel
Good.
defeat? This is
Real
what defeat looks
fruit
like.
is top
real
tier,
fruit.
period.
Real fruit is
Real
good.
fruit
man.
is top tier.
Real fruit. Real fruit is good.
All top
I
tier.
think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting now. Y'all feel what's happening here? They took an
Nobody-
L, so they walked it back. It's
Nobody
fine.
was
Nobody
doing
took it
that but you, sir.
Okay,
Nobody was
the-
doing
the-
You rank.
the rankings of the
The second-
fruit.
Is watermelon better than mango? Yes or no? Would you rather have a
No,
watermelon or a
mango's my
mango?
number one. Mango.
So-
mango
So there are tiers. So
No,
you
but I
can
grew
list
up-
No,
them.
it's what you like. So let's go
Yes,
with what
it's
we
a
like.
preference.
Let's go with what we like.
It's a preference. Yeah.
We
How
have
many
to
more
go-
fruits do you like over watermelon?
No,
Okay,
just mango.
so we're gonna go on our top freaking 10 fruits.
Top three. Just go top three. Your top three favorite fruits. So that we don't make this a
Mango.
fruit podcast.
Mango, watermelon, green apples. That's it.
Strawberry, pineapple, mango.
Oh, Joe, watermelon's not the top three, huh?
No, son. There's 20,000 fruits, son. Watermelon's not top 3. No.
And watermelon, that's all I'm arguing.
No, that's
watermelon's
not
a
what you're
top-tier
arguing.
fruit.
You said watermelon's trash. That's a big difference.
That's
That's a
what
huge
I'm saying.
difference.
There's that
It is
too.
not.
There's
Water-
that.
Watermelon
I'm
flavor
gonna
also
go
is just sugar.
mango, pineapple, grapes.
Yeah.
I'm a big green grapes, big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, green grapes all day. Facts. All right, man. Let's get off this Let's get out this.
We're gonna talk about this
conversation.
some more, just not right now.
Yeah,
We're gonna unpack
at the
this.
end of this, probably lurks back in. All right, man. We had some big commits, man. You know what I'm saying, over the weekend.
Games, baby.
Let's
You know
go.
what I'm saying, we jumped. What's our latest ranking? We jumped from like 22 to top 15
Yeah,
with 2 new
14.
commits. You know what I'm saying? Look, we're gonna get into the JoJo. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, 5-star, one of the best players. I think, but according to the rankings and on that whole thing, one of the best players we've gotten in the last 5-10 years. But I'd be remiss, you know what I'm saying, if I don't start with Artavius Jones, man. That was my guy. Y'all seen the huddle, y'all seen the highlight, how we talk about him. So, fam, that one for me will have me all wanting to start telling lies. But I heard Joe with that little evil laugh that he does saying, "Hey, man, gotta wait till December." So we keep it a buck. But yeah, that one had me hyped. How'd y'all feel about it? Let's start with Jones and then Trader.
How you feel, Joe?
Oh yeah, man. He's that guy, man. Artavius is that guy, man. We already know, you know, for the rankings people, they got him as the number 19th ranked D lineman in the country, which that's gonna go up, I believe. He's almost a top 100 player nationally, according to 24/7. And the 18th ranked player in Florida. So
Yeah.
I think that's all gonna go up because for me, he's a top 3 D tackle. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
For me, you know what I mean? For me, you got David Stone, Aiden Breland, Artavius Jones, Justin Scott. You know what I mean? That's the tier for me. So to me, he's a top 3 D tackle, and I think again he has a whole senior year to play. So what he was doing as a junior, you know what I mean? So younger, you know, he's gonna grow. He still has to grow. He's still not done. You know what I mean? Indication is if you look at facial, he still has a baby face, man. So he's still growing, dog. Man. Yeah. Very excited. But again,
probably
the lie, son.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all, I'll be talking to other people about recruiting, and I hear Joe, it's not December in the back of my head. And now I say it all the time now. I'm like, but you know what Joe say? It's not December.
And it's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate.
But it's true.
Commitment is supposed to be commitment, but NIL, the new landscape of recruiting, you never know. You never know what stop. If Nick Saban, you know, fly to Bluntstown and the chopper and land it, you know, and come out with a, you know, who knows, man? You know what I mean?
But I agree with Joe and Ben. I am excited. If you have not watched his huddle on this channel, there's a watch along on it. I'm just saying, if you're someone that don't like watching highlights, I understand a lot of people don't really care for watching recruits and stuff like that. Do yourself the favor. Watch this. He's 6'3", 289. He plays tight end and H-back as well.
310 right now. 305,
310 right now. They split him up at receiver, ran a bubble screen with him. But even without all of that you get with his tape, just him at defensive tackle is impressive. You see him blowing kids 4 yards off the ball, and he's disruptive and explosive and just dominant. Like, he's just dominant. A lot of people comped him to Warren Sapp just because of how agile he is. A lot of people think he could end up being the best player that we have in this class if we hold on to the current class that we have. I'm super excited about him. Ben dubbed him the Juggernaut, and I think that is just a great nickname for him because he is the Juggernaut. Shout out to Coach Salavea. Apparently, you know, him and Coach Salavea like bonded really, really tough on his visit, and that's who helped drive this home. So shout out to Coach Salavea. And man, I'm excited. We wanted a big defensive lineman, right? Everyone was a little worried, like, hey, man, we got to get the big DL recruit, and then we got to get the big receiver recruit. Done and done. Here we go.
I want y'all to watch something. I just want y'all to watch one play, man.
Yeah.
Which one is this?
6'4", 310.
Yeah.
Just want y'all to see.
There's
something.
a play where he blocks two people, y'all.
I just look.
The athleticism.
That's him. That's him. Yeah.
Fam, what are we? What
are we discussing?
Dominant.
What are
Come
we
on, man.
talking about here, man?
Get off me. Look at the pursuit. Check him out in pursuit.
Sideline on the sideline.
Side on the sideline.
Never
That's
giving up on a play.
Look, man.
Oh,
I don't.
all right.
And think
I don't
about what else you have in this class right now. Look at that. Look at the leverage. Look at the. Oh, yeah.
We didn't even finish watching this, Joe, because we stopped it at the wide receiver. This is all. Oh, okay. Look at that.
Lord
Look at that backside pursuit, man.
Too quick for a lot of guards.
There are people who say, "Oh, he comes from a small town, Blountstown, only has 2,200 people. You know what I'm saying, living in it, and
Domination is domination."
But fam, look at the movement. If you the person ain't blocking him, fam, but look at his movement. So and he's just getting started. Young man is 17 years old, out here playing every position because he's still the best player at that size.
Oh, look at the
they
feet.
tried to cut him. So that play is super impressive. They try to cut him there.
Look at the feet.
Because you can't. Beautiful. And then makes the play. And then came back and made the play. Imagine the defensive line where you have Artavius Jones and Ahmad Moten and Ruben Bain and Jaden Wayne, and you're subbing in Marquise Lightfoot and Cyrus Moss and Nigel Lee Kelly and Collins Achiampong and Joshua Horton, like Dalen Russell, another athletic beast that we got in this class. Like, man, this is an absolute awesome pickup. And what I love about him too is a lot of those guys that are quick, that are super quick up the field, they tend not to be space eaters as well, and those big run stuffers. Artavius will eat up blocks, and he's just not going to eat up blocks. He can beat the double team, and then probably make the play. He's super impressive.
He's played one full season of football.
Uno.
He's a raw piece of clay to be molded by two D-line coaches, one of which is a Hall of Famer, and another one which has been in the league and has tremendous experience.
What more do you want? What more do you want?
Listen, man. I think y'all already heard Joe say it, but again, 1 year of football. That athleticism you can't teach athleticism, right, fellas? You can't teach that shit.
Nope.
You can teach technique, you can teach cardio, you can teach everything else. You can't teach athleticism. You're either born with it or you're not. He's the best player on the field. Yeah, he balls out too. He plays multiple sports. Again, the constant, consistent thing about this staff, versatility. I need you to be, you know what I'm saying? I need you to be in multiple places. I need you to do multiple things. That's the one thing. You know what I'm saying? So that also within itself feeds depth. You could put him outside as an edge on a big package at a goal line.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could see there's no literally. I think the only thing he hasn't played that we have footage on is quarterback. That's it.
And I bet they wildcatted him at least once.
Damn.
Yeah, out of goal line.
If you getting a pickle on the O line, you could throw him at guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a jumbo package at the line, you can put him at fullback. You can put him at tight end. They literally put him at H-back in high school.
Yep.
When you look at so many of the recruits from this year, like let's look at the list of our commits. How many of them can you honestly say they have a position? Yes, but do they really have a position?
It's kind of like basketball now, where they're going to positionless basketball, right?
Yep.
This is what this is, man. It's really like positionless football. Somebody like JoJo can play receiver or corner. You know what I mean?
So-
LaWayne McCoy could play receiver or corner.
Just an example.
So you look at
An example. Just
you look
an
at the
example.
4-star.
Don't want
Look at the
CB
4-star
crying on the
linebacker
show.
Cameron Pruitt, right?
Yep.
Cameron Pruitt, former safety, converting a linebacker, plays some rush linebacker too, right? Isaiah Thomas calls himself the star backer, safety slash linebacker. Ryan Mack, safety slash corner, can also play nickel. Dylan Day, safety, nickel, can play corner on the outside. Vincent Shavers, former safety, that is still growing into a monster of a rush linebacker. That as he continues to put on weight, you're going to be able to drop him down as a rush in, and he's still going to have that athleticism to where you can drop him back in coverage. Then you look at even in the backfield with Hellcat, his versatility is crazy. Derek Plaz is a big guy who they're thinking they may kick inside, but he'll obviously still have the skills and the talent to play outside. OJ Frederic can play safety, corner, nickel, also plays receiver in high school. Juan Manaya, outside, inside. Dalen Russell does not have a position. He plays edge, 3 technique, 2 technique, defensive end. That boy played defense. Like, you look at this entire class, and it's athleticism and versatility and chip on their shoulder. It seems like it's kids, that young men who can ball, who can play multiple positions, and have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, especially on the defensive side, it definitely fits what Coach Guidry likes to do, man. He's a safeties coach, first of all, and he likes to play a lot of games, man. He likes to show one thing, come out, show cover 2, go cover 3. You know what I mean? Show man, go cover 3. Show, zone blitzes, disguise blitzes, games up front with the front 4. You know what I mean? He has the athletes who can do that now.
And what's impressive about that, right, when we talk about versatility, is that you'll never know. Personnel won't give away the package,
right?
Because you have a guy playing multiple positions. You're not going to be like, oh, they got Cameron Pruitt on the field. They're going to run this. Oh, they got Caleb Spencer on the field. Now we know they're running this. Dalen Russell, because they play multiple positions, the offensive coordinator is going to be like, all right, what exactly are they doing? And that split second is the game, is the play, right? When you're not exactly sure who's on the field for what, because you watch tape like, okay, we know when they have Caleb Spencer on the field, they're doing this. We know when they have Dalen Russell, when they have Artavius Jones, they're doing X, Y, and Z. With that versatility, you can't exactly say that, because like we were talking about, I don't know if it was before when we actually hit record, you could throw an Artavius Jones outside. You could do a Dalen Russell outside. You could throw in, you might mix it up a little bit, and you might want to throw Cyrus Moss on the inside to beat the guard, because the guard can't move his feet the same. You never know what these players are going to do and what defense is going to be called, because the package and the players we have on the field, you'll never be able to know, because they can play multiple positions.
It's going to be fun.
I think it was like a week or so ago, Joe mentioned that you could come out in a package where your 2 defensive ends are Cyrus Moss and Jaden Wayne, and your outside linebackers are Malik Bryant and Bobby Washington. Bring your linebackers and then drop the defensive ends in the coverage.
On some dumb shit.
And lose no athleticism.
Right.
None.
Come on, somebody.
It's going to be crazy, man.
How you game plan for that?
Drop Artavius Jones and Ruben Bain in coverage or something crazy shit.
Yeah, put them in the D tackles and have them drop. You know what I'm saying? Go with a bigger linebacker. You could have a Malik Bryant and a Rule Popo Aguirre, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or you could have Marcellus Pulliam. You know what I'm saying? Like, we forget about Marcellus Pulliam, man. That's a big boy coming in this year, man.
Bash brothers, man. Pulliam and Popo. Those the Bash brothers for me.
Yeah, man.
Pulliam and Popo.
All right, man.
Imagine a speed package where you got Ruben Bain at defensive tackle, Artavius Jones at defensive tackle, Cyrus Moss on the outside, and then you bring Malik Bryant on the other defensive end. It's just straight speed.
Yeah.
Just F1 go.
Yes, sir. You put Collins with that reach. That Collins reminds me of like a Calais Campbell. Put him at D tackle. You can't get a pass over the middle. You
And
know
that's
what I'm saying?
another
Like,
raw. That's another raw.
Mhm.
Another raw piece of clay, man. That's gonna get molded.
Mhm.
He's just in the weight room right now. That's
Yeah.
it. It's like it's really like he's on some Captain America shit. Like he's just in the lab right now. So,
Yeah.
you know what I
They gonna
mean?
do the thing where they he come up,
Yeah,
he
he
be a
just
whole
come
different.
up. You know what I mean? Chasing the bad guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jumping over
Just
cars and just chasing.
not exactly
chasing.
knowing. Yeah. Not exactly
Yes.
knowing what he could do yet till he gets that technique. Well, that guy.
Mhm.
That
He's gonna be
again,
exciting.
athleticism and reach can't be taught. You either have it or you don't. All right, man.
All right, man. So JoJo.
It's a JoJo show. Listen, man.
Ooh.
For y'all star
Boys
chasers,
told me it wasn't possible. Boys said it wasn't possible. Nah, we gonna talk that shit for a second because they
Ooh.
told us it wasn't possible.
you told us we weren't getting nobody. You told us we struggling on the recruiting trail.
Are you talking to
told us-
somebody specific or who are you talking
No,
to?
I'm talking to all y'all. I'm talking to
To whom
everybody.
it may
You know what I'm
concern, goddammit.
Yeah. Per my last email, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Listen, man. Y'all told us we weren't getting nobody. Who wants to come to this team that's unproven? Fam, you don't know what these conversations are like. Stop guessing. You don't know what connections they're making. Stop
You are not
checking
in
on
the
us, man.
building, man. You are not in
Boys
the
told
building.
me the class was a disaster.
You know what I'm saying?
hour
Y'all
before this
putting out
happened.
graphics saying it's a rival beatdown in July. We see you 247. You know what I'm saying? You saying we're losing in July. Fam, the scoreboard, you know what I'm saying? The clock is still running. Watch yourself.
Okay.
Watch yourself. There's still
Here's
time
the
on the
thing.
clock, man. Y'all, was there still time on the clock? I'm gonna keep talking my shit, but go ahead.
I'll make this very quick. Did y'all know 24/7 downgraded him from a 5 to a 4?
I see it. I'm looking at it right now.
He's a composite 5, but
He's a composite.
somehow the same film that he was rated on a 5-star for,
Mhm.
he got, I don't know. Shout out to Josiah Trader though. Congratulations, man. You are a 5-star receiver no matter where the hell you play football. Congratulations. Shout out to Coach Kevin Beard. Also, big shout out to Coach DVD, who Josiah shouted out, who was instrumental in Josiah's early recruiting. So big shout out to him as well, obviously to the rest of the staff. But like Ben said, y'all, boys thought Cristobal lost it or something. Boys thought he couldn't recruit no more. They said we couldn't get no receivers. I heard some people saying he was a lock at other places.
Yep. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got coaches doing sound bites. You got people feeling some kind of way, man. We ain't gonna address y'all know who we talk about, man. Listen, fam, it's July. We keep telling you, wins or losses don't count right now. This is not real. A Hayes Fawcett graphic doesn't matter. The recruitment continues, man. Just because JoJo, Artavius, the recruiting continues. The work don't stop in July. You know what I'm saying? The work continues, man. Y'all just stop talking so much, man. Like, I understand you want to put the content out. Look, this is what we do. We want to put content out, but we're never clout chasing. That's why we don't do reactionary pods. You'll never see us doing that shit. Every Monday and Thursday when we drop. That's it. Because if we would have done a reactionary pod Friday, shit wouldn't have changed by Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah, shit would have went way different. All right,
Yeah.
so fellas, all that negativity aside, what's the reaction? What was y'all's initial reaction when you got that? Okay, when you found out, what was the reaction? You know what I'm saying? I gotta rephrase that. When you found out, what was your initial reaction, fellas?
Joe?
Them boys said Coach Cristobal put on some black Air Force Ones. He put the loafers up and broke out the black Air Forces. You know what that means when the black Air Forces come out. So you know what that means. Yeah, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe when the black Air Forces come out, man. I want to give a shout out to Miami Flow. I want to give a shout out to Flow. Here's why. Flow has been saying JoJo is coming to Miami since the beginning. Like he's never waited. Like People be hitting them like, yo, JoJo, that blah, blah, blah. And every single time, Flo was like, yo, why are we talking about this? JoJo's coming to Miami. So he has never
doesn't even entertain it. Never
like, there's
entertained it.
never been any doubt. You know what I mean? And we see it. Now it's July. You already know. It could, you got to keep him, man. We got to look good on the field. We got to do what we got to do. But, you know, I wasn't surprised. I'm surprised on the timing. Yes, you know what I mean? But
that was surprising.
That was surprising because he dropped it. But, you know, I feel like it was planned. And I think we need to talk about that too. Planned commitments, because I feel like it's strategic around these parts. Yeah. But JoJo is JoJo, man. Some look at him as the best receiver in the class. You know what I mean? It goes back and forth, you know. But you know, he plays on a great team. He's even watching his highlights, he's singled up a lot. You know, they'll have trips and he'll be on the single receiver side.
Yep.
Usually the best receivers on the single receiver side, keeping it a buck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he's that guy, man. Ball skills are impeccable. He has impeccable ball skills. And he's not that big, but he has impeccable ball skills. He's an athlete.
Like 6'1.5", right?
Yeah. When he comes on the field, it's like effortless. The way he gets in and out of breaks, the way he runs his routes, the way he plucks the ball, contested catches, it's like effortless, man. So yeah, we've been feeling. When the last time we had a receiver like this, man? Amon,
gotta be right.
Amon, right?
Yeah.
I thought JT had the potential. I thought Jeff Thomas had that potential, and I often picture Jeff Thomas in this offense. Like, oh my gosh, if Jeff Thomas but you know what I mean? JoJo, he that guy, man. I can't.
What about you, CB? What was because again the conversation is different, right? Like when the news dropped and when we knew. Look, we do this, right? But we don't do news breaking. That's not who we are. It's not we don't do that shit. That's not
quiet as kept. This one, y'all know better than most. I've been really busy at work this week, so I haven't been on Twitter much or on my phone. So quiet as kept. I was blindsided by this when Joe was like, yo. First, so I got a missed call from Ben, and then I'm like, all right, this is something. Something must be happening, like, because like this is during the day. I'm like, shit. But I had two trainees with me, so I'm like, fuck, let me try to figure out what's going on. I get in the phone,
it's break time.
I get it.
Hey, yo, go to break. Come on. Yeah, go to break, man.
I get a
Zach
are you watching CB? And I was like, am I watching? And we all kind of got guys that like are low-key like favorites in the class. So when they say something like that, that could be a few people. And I was like, this defense, what you mean? What am I watching? I'm like, watching what? I don't see. And then I get, are you ready? All right, and let me tell you something. Both of these vague motherfuckers kept just being vague, and I was like, what is happening right now? The timing blindsided me because we just kept hearing
December.
He wants to wait. December. Honestly, I was elated. I was excited. To me, we talked about it a few weeks ago. He was my wide receiver one because I don't have that pipe dream of flipping the other one. I just don't think it's going to happen. Respectfully, I think he likes the school he's committed to. So
he's not even on mute. He's just mouthing the word.
So for me, in my eyes, Josiah was my wide receiver one. So to land the wide receiver one for me is huge. Like Joe said, effortless, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, corner can be in phase with him on his hip, and JoJo don't need the separation. High points, like you would not believe. Always uses his hands, plucks the ball out of the air. Smooth route runner to where sometimes it don't look like he's running full speed. He is. He just runs smooth. He's not one of those guys that runs hard, stomps hard, and it looked like he running full speed.
Right.
JoJo glides. It looks like he's striding. He's just striding, but he's striding full speed. He's just hella impressive, man. And there's people out there that believe he would be an even better corner if he put all of his focus into playing corner. Like there is like the what there are people who know what they are talking about that firmly believe if he played corner, he would be 1.1 period the end. And he's got that kind of athleticism, and the buzzword of the day, versatility.
I agree.
Now, Joe, what exactly were you because I know you don't know where the mute button is. So what exactly were you saying? Huh?
I was talking about part of it.
Okay. No, he wasn't. I was watching. No, I thought it was pretty obvious you were talking about the other guy. But you know what I'm saying? That's whatever.
Talking about JoJo.
Hey, first of all, we skipping over. Shout out to the Miami Gardens Ravens, yo.
Yeah.
Fam, like I need some footage of that.
They just pounded out somebody, an Oregon team.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the Miami Gardens. I need to see that, man. Because if you watch, some footage came out of JoJo high pointing the ball in those games. So it's been natural for him.
Yeah,
that's
And that's Coach Mack, right? That's Ryan Mack's.
Yeah, Rod Mack, former Miami Hurricane.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Played in the '90s. Shout out to Rod Mack.
A lot of Ravens.
They had a kid offered too. Miami just offered a current Miami Gardens football player, 2029 young man.
Yeah, you keep offering. That's what you do.
Somebody just a kid just followed us from the Ravens. 2027.
The DB, that's my boy.
Yeah, he's a problem.
We're talking about Tavon, right?
Ward.
Yes, that's my guy, man.
He's a problem.
Tavares Ward.
Yeah.
Tavares Ward, man, 2027 DB, man. That's CB1 right there. Shout out to Tavares Ward. He is a problem.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. That young man works.
Shout out to
he works.
Shout out to Vincent Shaver's pops, man. Staying active.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
hey,
shout
man,
out to
Ward is 5'10" already, man.
That's crazy.
2027. You know what I mean? So what are we in? 2023 right now? So he's like a freshman.
Yeah,
freshman,
he's gonna be
going into
freshman.
a freshman.
Yeah.
See, these are the things that matter, right?
Too.
With the relationship.
Great kid.
Is he a Ward brother? Because don't they have the brothers? Don't they have does he have older? I think his older brother.
While Joe figures that out, man.
Yeah,
this is the relationship stuff. This is the relationship stuff that we're talking about. That's why we're in a conversation for an Ada Breland and all those West Coast players. Because Mario, Coach Cristobal, was talking to them when they were going into their freshman year because he was out in Oregon. You build those relationships early. You build those relationships strong. Yes, there's been the criticisms, though, that we got in on a player late. That's because we're building relationships with future players that might be better than those guys that you're upset about us missing on, man. I mean, so don't ever get too high or too low with this recruiting shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a roller coaster, and I hate roller coasters. But you know what I'm saying? December is when this thing lands, and hopefully there's a lot of players that are early enrollees, because that's the next thing, right? Sure. I want a lot of early enrollees coming in this year in January, because that makes a difference going into next year. Because then you're basically a sophomore by game one, because you've been here 10 months.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like JoJo's gonna be, again, like the Shabana Madonna thing. JoJo's not gonna be here till summer. Like that bothers me, you know what I'm saying? Just personally, because like, fuck, I want him already here because a spring game, I want to see him.
Maybe they changed the rule. Maybe they look out.
I think we'll have Chance. I think Chance will be early enrollee though, right?
Yeah.
Judd will
Ryan
be
Mack.
Yeah, so we'll have
Ryan Mack, OJ Frederick. Yeah, we'll have OJ Frederick. STA does early enrollees. I think Chaminade doesn't do as a school policy. We'll have to check on that.
There's another receiver from the Gardens that is an STA young man.
Who you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Y'all look it up yourself, man. We can't talk about everybody. I mean, Look, man. Let's
Maybe
let's
we'll
get
be able to talk about it at some point.
All right, next
Yeah.
topic. And
All right, let's
we are on to
okay.
topic 3. Before
Yeah,
Joe
let's do it.
gets
Hey,
I stay in trouble, and Joe is just dying to be in trouble himself.
we don't because
I just said maybe. You know.
hey man, listen, it's very much so. What's the villain from the second Avengers movie? And he goes, "No strings on me."
Ultron.
The thing that Iron Man, Voltron,
Ultron?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Age of
you know what I mean?
Ultron.
That's how we do it here. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Well, on us, CB not so much. They're a little different. Don't want you to get punished. You know what I'm saying? Put you in time out.
So much.
Hey man,
I
look,
get in trouble
there was
so much.
there
CB
was
is worldwide. Worldwide CB.
Yes. Hey man, before we forget,
Josiah,
shout out
though,
to CB,
man.
Shout out to CB starting his own YouTube channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
he's part of
you
the
gotta
family.
get
He's
on
doing his
that.
own thing. Because ain't no exclusivity.
I got bullied into getting off of Twitch. Essentially,
I
got
should've
bullied
told
into
you.
getting off of Twitch by my own friends.
I should have told you the demographic might not be conducive to a Twitch situation.
I got more DMs saying I'm not going to your stream, but good luck than people that actually showed up to the streams. I get it though. Twitch is a hard. I know, right? Twitch is a hard platform to adjust to, and it can be a bit of a whatever. So I'm just gonna do the lives on there now because just having to walk people through how to make a Twitch after doing that like 5 times, I was like, I don't want to do this no more. Like I don't want to tell you now you have to go to your email to get that code. Like I'm tired of doing that. so I was like, let me just slide over. And honestly, most people's DM was, why don't you just have a YouTube? And I'm like, all right, bro. If you just click the link.
Yeah. I feel like we had that conversation 2 months ago. I told us, like,
I thought people would like it. I thought people would like it because of the live aspect, and Twitch is better for the live aspect.
It is.
Whatever, man. Whatever. People were not ready for. People didn't want to do it, bro.
Yeah, the demographic ain't it.
It's not even the demographic, but they're people my age. There's people 33 years old. That's like, I'm too old for that. I'm like, sir.
Sir, you are 33.
I have one. I'm you. Me, you, same age. Yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to Justify Trader, man. 5-star receiver from Shamanan. Our first 5-star recruit. Our first 5-star last year would have been Francis, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And it was Jaden Wayne right after, but then they dropped him to the 4-star. Just kind of how they did to JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo's still a 5-star. So we got our first 5-star in July, just like we did last year. So just like Joe has been telling y'all this entire time, relax because the class will probably kick off in July. And look at the past few recruits we've gotten. 5-star receiver, 4-star defensive end, 4-star defensive tackle. Sometimes you just got to be a little patient. Mario likes to work in silence. Mario likes to work at his own pace. Now, maybe recently somebody said something that make Mario feel like he needed to prove a point a little bit.
Maybe
that's neither here nor there.
Maybe we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a second. We're gonna talk about that because the spiciness continues.
Do the thing, Joe.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Do the thing, Joe.
Do the thing, Joe. Do the thing, Joe. You already know. Come on, man.
Come
on, man.
Do the thing.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010. Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah, man. Y'all already know, man.
Let's look at the board real quick, man. Who we got on board, man? All right, JoJo.
Yep.
Marquise Lightfoot.
Yep.
Kevin Riley. Forget about Kevin Riley, man.
No.
Artavius Jones, Chance Robinson, Elijah Lofton, Cam Pruitt. Those are all 4-stars, 1 5-star in the mix.
Didn't Isaiah Thomas get his 4th? Isaiah Thomas
on Rivals, I don't think he's a composite 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Same thing as
I'm on 247 right now. So
yeah. Vincent Shaver is also a 4-star on Rivals, not on anything else. So he's not a composite 4. Again,
We got
how they
Isaiah
graded-
Thomas, Ryan Mack, Dylan Day, Vincent Shavers, Chris Wheatley Humphrey, Derek Plaz, OJ, Juan Minaya, Judd, Dalen Russell, who's the player of the year in Dade County, right?
Yeah.
How Chris Wheatley Humphrey is not a 4-star running back is beyond me, and how Kevin Riley isn't a 5-star is absurd.
That's definitely 5-star film.
Yes.
But so looking at the rooms, right? So JoJo just signed the wide receiver room right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got JoJo and Chance committed. You just had Ray receiver Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4. Who else is in that room that's young?
Horton.
Isaiah Horton.
We're talking about who's going to be in the room next year when
JoJo
and Chance get there.
So assume, let's say Kobe Young and X leave.
You'll still have Brashard Smith
and the transfer, the kid from Clemson leaves.
We got Shamar Kirk for 2 years, right?
Shamar Kirk, yeah.
Shamar Kirk,
2 years, yeah.
Shimmy.
Frank Ladson leaves.
Yeah, Ladson leaves. So what's that? 7?
7.
Do we count Brashard Smith?
Brashard Smith, yeah.
Is he graduating? Brashard's been here like 5 years, right?
Nah, 2020, right?
Okay.
Brashard was 2020 or 2021. So that room, if you add 1 or 2 more,
he's a junior.
Yeah, so he could leave. If things get crowded, he could leave on that front as well.
He's a true junior too.
Yeah, 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I felt like that too, Ben. But I felt like it was one more year.
I've seen him forever. Yeah.
I feel like
I think that COVID year aged it. Yeah, I think like COVID year was like his first year. And then it was like because it was such a weird year. I felt like too.
Jacoby. I wonder how that's going to shake out if Jacoby has a good year if he decides to take off.
Yeah, Michael Redding is probably. I'm guaranteed he's a senior. Got to be a senior or at least a junior.
Yeah.
Jacoby's a junior.
Yeah. So I mean, potentially leaving could be Jacoby, Michael Redding, X, Kobe Young.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're looking at next year is we're looking at.
Actually, we're looking at Ray, Robbie, Shamar, JoJo Chance, Isaiah Horton,
Robbie, JoJo Chance, Horton.
Oh, how many is the speedster, the guy we just got? Is he? No,
Harold?
not Harold. Is
Tyler Harold.
1 year?
Tyler Harold's 1 year, right?
1 year?
1 year. 1 year now, yeah. Yeah, because he went to Louisville like in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could potentially be left with.
So we're looking at Robbie, JoJo, Chance, Horton, Ray, Kirk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's 6. Potentially Rashard.
You need more than.
Yeah, you need at least 3. You need at least 3, 4 more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the way that looks, though.
Yeah.
You saying more as in like so Chance JoJo already. So you're saying 3 or 4 more up on top of that?
Yes. No. 2
or 4
to 3 more on top of that.
Okay.
If you include
ideally you want to bring in probably 2 more in this class.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 to 3 more. Yep.
And maybe even and 1 from the portal would be nice too. This way you got a difference of age a little bit in there, you know.
Yeah.
And you know the way the portal shakes out, you never know who will become available to you.
And you never know who's coming back or who's leaving. You know what I mean? So maybe Kobe Young wants to stay. You know what I mean? Maybe X wants to, maybe X doesn't.
Maybe Jacoby George decides, hey, let me get 1 more year or some tape before I hit the league.
Yeah,
and then you got the tight ends too. You can't forget about the tight end room.
Yeah, you got the tight end room. You got Skinner. You got. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but that one's spaced out a little bit better because you have Elijah Arroyo. I think going into like his junior year, unless he got the red shirt from last year, so it'd probably be like a red shirt sophomore. Then you have a true sophomore in Jaleel. Then you got the two freshmen. So you have that spaced out a little bit better as opposed to the wide receiver where they're kind of stacked because that COVID year was weird. So that's where like the classes and the transfers come in, where you kind of want to divvy them up because numbers got to match up. 85 is 85.
Yeah, right. You got Elijah coming in, true freshman. Him paired with Jackson Carver and Riley Williams. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Riley Williams will be problem.
He's going to be a problematic, son.
Yeah.
Very problematic.
I'm excited for Jaleel Skinner this year. Like, I'm really excited for Jaleel.
Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth. So I think Elijah Arroyo leads with receptions, but Jaleel Skinner, as far as tight ends, I think Jaleel Skinner leads in yards.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
You know what I mean? I think that's how I was gonna go.
You just can use them in so many different ways. Like I'm there's a couple people. If you could pick one on the offense and one on the defense that you're excited to see, maybe not their numbers at the end of the year, but how they're used, and not TVD or
right.
Cam Kitchens. Like is there, because for me, I would say like on the offense is Jaleel Skinner, just because I'm excited to see how Shannon Dawson uses him a bit. You can flex him out in the slot. You can play with him a lot. So I'm excited to see how they use him. And then on defense, it's a guy like, I don't know how much he'll play, but I want to see if he plays a lot or how they're going to use Malik Bryant. Like, I know he's a true freshman, so you may not see him much, but when we do see him, I'm so curious to see how they use him.
Yeah. I want to see how they use. I want to see how they use Jada Harris on defense.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely want to see. Where we're in the spring game, we saw a bit of it, but we don't know. There were people out, so we don't know how that's gonna look. But I'm curious to see how he's gonna get used on offense. I'm really curious about the receivers, to be honest. Like all the slot receivers, like Brashard, Ray, receiver Robbie, like how you gonna CJ? He's not a receiver, but I'm just curious to see what type of games, what type of packages, what type of plays he's gonna draw up for these guys.
For offense, man, I'm gonna go with the older cat. I think I'm gonna go with Jacoby George, man. I'm interested to see how he performs this year. Look, I've made my comments about him. Because I hope he does good. I can go back and check him. I'm not gonna repeat him now. But I think he has the talent and has the skill to make some things pop. And Kobe Young has the physical attributes that Jacoby George doesn't have. But I think he needs to be like that speedster leader in that room. You know what I mean? Like, I think there has to be a leader in that room and not just everybody get theirs. Like, I think that's been one of the issues that I've seen as an outsider, of course, is that each position group doesn't seem to have that clear leader. And because everybody just kind of shows up, nobody can put them together. That's probably X for the slot guys. X is a hard worker. We met his family at spring game. Joe knew him already. So, that might be X, but I think Jacoby George, not just on social media, but in that room, needs to take more of a leadership role. So that's the kind of guy I'm leaning on to see. And Malik Bryant on defense. I've been talking, Joe knows, man, I've been talking Malik Bryant since before he committed last year. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that guy, I think he's just going to grow. I see like Alan Bailey type shit with him. You know what I mean? Just like that physical specimen. Because I think he's just going to grow out of linebacker. And just be like a stand-up edge, Jalen Phillips type motherfucker. Like I think he's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that's what he's gonna grow to. I don't think he has a choice. I think his body's gonna go, hey man, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. So that's how those are my two. Nice. Dope question.
Man.
Good question.
Because we got so many of those guys that it's exciting, right? To see what is it going to look like? Like, how's he going to use CJ? Like Joe said, like the first time we see CJ in an offensive package, it's going to be like, ooh, like all right, let's see what we doing with him, right? We'll
Yep.
probably only see him sprinkled in here and there, maybe to protect his red shirt or whatever. So when we do see him, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, here we go, Dawson. What you got for? I don't feel like we had that hype last year. Like I don't feel like we had that. Like, ooh, how they gonna use Ray Ray? How they gonna sprinkle Ray Ray in this year? Like I feel like there's a
I
little
think
bit
last
more
year,
of that.
I think last year we had that excitement with the coaches,
I was gonna
right?
say with the
I
coordinators.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's what it was last year. I think last year was just like, I mean, we got this guy. We had those names and those pieces on. Like, oh, they're gonna do because it was like we haven't had these level. So that's what, to me, if I'm keeping it a buck, that's what makes it a little bit nerve wracking, right? Because I don't want to get too excited of like what the huddle we've seen and the highlights we've seen them do like in spring game or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like now going into the season, I'm like, I'm gonna take a, just like Joe does, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take more of a wait and see approach because I don't want to get too high and be like, oh, receiver Robbie or Ray Ray is gonna do this, and then I set those expectations in my mind, and then they don't meet those, and it's like these are just things that I told to myself. Why the fuck am I mad at them?
Yeah, I think it's
It's
gonna.
true.
You
That's
know
a good
what?
point, though.
Think about when a team, let's say Coastal Carolina, is about to play Georgia, right?
Right.
Offensively and defensively, what does a Coastal Carolina type team normally do against a team that they're given no shots of beating? What do they normally do? Think about
Trick
it.
plays usually.
Empty the fucking cabinet, right? They empty
Yep.
out the whole
You
place.
have to.
Everything.
When we play Alabama and Atlanta, when we played Texas A&M last year, not especially not against Texas A&M, but against Alabama, I post this. I was like, yo, hopefully we empty the cabinet. We
Yep,
throw
you did.
some crazy plays,
Go
blah,
to
blah,
the
blah.
back of it.
We've never done none of that. Like against Texas A&M, the shit was just regular, plain, same type of shit. We moved the
Vanilla as
ball
fuck,
up and down the field, but it was
Yep.
vanilla. You know what I mean? Against Clemson, same type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, I'm not talking about Clemson this past year, but the year before, or was
Yep.
it 2021, whatever, a couple years ago. Same shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think against Texas A&M, Coach Dawson and Coach Guidry are really gonna show what they
They gonna
do.
flex a little bit.
I think they're gonna really like shut shit down. I really do. I think Coach Dawson is gonna go out and try to score 50 points, man, on Texas A&M, man. And you know, I look forward to it, and I hope it happens like that. I really do, because we have the weapons to do it. So I hope they do that, man.
Oh, okay. We about to dig in on
Oh
this one.
man.
Let's go. All right. So I think, first of all, you made a great fucking point, and I think you could go back X amount of years with that statement, Joe. Right? Like it's we never do that because I don't know if it's a coach that doesn't. A lot of times, to me, right, like not being plugged in, like you've been, you know, what I'm saying, and shit like that. Just watching it, to me, it always felt like it was a coach. Every game in those, like coaching not to lose their job, right? Like playing close to the vest, like, oh, let's try to keep it tight, and never approaching it like the reality of what you've been, right? Like like there's never been like, oh shit, Miami caught us off guard. We weren't ready for that.
I feel like if you remember Louisville a couple years ago, Lashley dialed up some ill shit. Rooster,
Rooster out the backfield.
Sneak Wheels out the backfield, little tight end to Mallory. He was dialing up some shit. But before that, I feel like probably Coach Coley was the last one to just let them play. You know what I mean? Yeah, get loose, because Rick wasn't like that. But Coach Coley let him get loose. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You want to hear something interesting about that? Is like rewatching a game all the way from 2002, where even the formations were very simple. A lot of I formation and twins. A lot of, but it was still creative from these base formations. It was still some of the creative ways that they use play action and move Dorsey around and did a lot of these slip screens or tight end throwbacks, or they moved Shockey into the backfield at one point, motioned him out and ran an out and up. They ran the wheel route with him, and it was just the little things you can do with personnel. And like my offensive coordinator always used to tell me, like, you need really 4 or 5 formations. You just need to be able to do 20 things from each four. I need to be able to show you 11 personnel, but I can do so much with the 11 personnel. My coach used to tell me all the time, I don't need a speedy slot receiver. I want my speedy slot receiver to also be my outside guy, to be my inside guy, to be my blocker, because I need to be able to go out in this formation and play. And you saw that all the way back in 2002 with basic format. I ain't talking about 4 or 5 receivers out there. I'm talking about pro style and strong trip or twins to the right. And it was creative play calling and creative play design and getting the ball into your guys' hands. Even as the game progressed and they started to double Dre, they stacked the receivers and twins so Dre can get an easy release. It's just these little things you can do. A lot of times it felt like our players were fighting against the offensive productive. It's such a weird way to watch football when you go like, it seems like we played like a couple years ago. You drive me crazy. We played a whole lot of zone. It's like sometimes when they're younger, use the raw athleticism. You on him, man. Let's go.
That's what these cats are used to, man.
Let's go. When they're young, when they're young, Chris Graves, take that 4-2, him. Damn the zone, him. And sometimes you just gotta grab somebody by the face mask and look, what you do good is what we about to do. We're gonna hide what you don't do well, but you want to damn 4-2. So you locked up over there. What else I do, coach? Nothing else. Nothing else until you develop into that. But it feels like we were trying to put square pegs in the round holes, and this is the defense, and it needs to fit this. This is the offense, and it needs to fit this. Whereas you watch a game from 2002 with a pro style, with antiquated, if you ask people now, an antiquated playbook, and it was creative, it was exciting, it was fun to watch. I want to get back to that.
Yes, sir.
And that defense too, like that defense was the standard 4-3. Right? Like it wasn't, they didn't run a lot of 3-4, they ran 4-3. Straight up 4-3.
Vanilla, baby. Vanilla ice cream still fire.
Yeah.
Still fire. You just put a little French vanilla on there sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead, bud.
No, I was just gonna say it doesn't have to be this like 5 wide receiver sets and running so crazy. It just has to be executed. You could run a bunch of shit out of an I form. You could run a bunch, you know what I'm saying, out of 2 wide receivers. You could run a bunch of plays. Y'all seen them, and creativity isn't just in the lineup, man. It's in the execution and the, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just been so tough to watch, man. Like year in, year out. It was like, fam, like I go back to like the Cincinnati game. Right? I think this was like golden time, right? Like fam, like we ran straight zone against a team that like runs counters. So it was like I was like, what the, like we just not gonna tackle? And there'd never be a linebacker anywhere near it because they're running to the other side because that's their zone, and they just ran counter. And counter happened in the North Carolina game. Like it's just been like,
I'm getting
like we just not
thinking about this
man to man. They were like, it was never like it doesn't have to be straight man, but like if you don't play man, then you're hiding everybody. If you hide everybody, you ain't got no fucking defense. You hide everybody on defense. What you got? Everybody hide and seek, but ain't nobody seeking. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, and the thought is that, you know, the head coach has to allow the coordinators to do that, right? He has to allow it. Now, he made the biggest decision by hiring air raid offensive coordinator. He shocked the world with that. You know what I mean? So we have to believe that he's going to take his foot off a little bit and let these guys work. We have to believe that. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see.
And you hear it from them when they talk. When you hear Dawson talk and you hear Guidry talk, that it sounds like they want to. Of course, each coach has their style, they have their scheme, but you hear them both say it. They want to mold the scheme too. It's growing. You heard Dawson say when they asked him about the air raid, he was like, "The true air raid don't exist. I don't know what y'all are talking about. That it gets evolved." Bro, when June Jones made the run and shoot, that's the run and shoot. Every time it was evolved after that, it's no longer the original run and shoot. Because you get a running back that maybe maybe you want to put in this little counter for because it works well with him. And then I get a dual threat quarterback. I want to put the mesh in here. Now it evolves into something different. It's like the West Coast offense as a concept is alive. The actual West Coast offense is not. When is the last time you seen split backs, y'all? Like with a hand in the dirt.
I mean, Tom Rathman and Roger Craig. You don't see that no more.
You know what I mean? So, but it's all about evolution. And what you see with our two coordinators is not just evolving their offense through time, it's evolving it for personnel. You hear Dawson talk about Clayton Tune and how he ran his offense through the slot because of Tank Dell. That doesn't mean our offense will run through the slot. It means that he morphed his offense to fit the personnel he had. How many times last year that we're all tweeting out like, why are you not using him this way? Why are you not doing this way? If we don't have the offensive line, why are we not running jailbreaks? And what it's just it was frustrating. And then I think that's why when people hear us excited about the offense or the defense, they go, well, we haven't seen anything. It's what we've heard and the philosophy that at least has us excited.
Yeah, and he has a bunch of toys. Like you had Clayton Tune and you had Tank Dell. You got a lot of toys now, brother. You know what I mean? So the full air raid can be on display. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It's hard. It's difficult not to get carried away once you start thinking about it. But another little grain of salt that you guys got to notice. And I don't know if y'all picked up on this. How he's allowing his when you say like saying because a lot of people say like Mario likes to control a lot of things and yada yada and that's the knock on him, right? Allegedly. Look at who they're recruiting. Les Guidry went to Dylan Day in the middle of nowhere in New Orleans. I don't I don't know it. And picked them up. Guidry and Dawson are both by you guys. So that's another little thing. People Shannon Dawson really liked Judd because he was talking to him when he was at Houston, brought him over with Miami. Like that, those little things, those pickups and those recruits kind of show you that I was like, all right, let them get their guys because let them cook, right? Because if to cook, you got to have your recipe, right? You can't just cook 100%. With somebody else's recipe. Like how the fuck?
Add the ingredients.
I can't cook with that shit. What you doing over here with that kind of? So I don't use that kind of garlic salt. I'll use this one. You ain't got no adobo. I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like I need some chicken bouillon with my shit. Like it's different, man. Those recipes, man. If you got to let the coordinators pick their guys, not just be like, yeah, I've been doing this for 50 years. I can do this with anybody. That's not how that works, man. Different players have different skill sets. So you got to remember that. You know what I mean?
Like, dog, that's a great point, Ben, because a lot of times when a school gets a new coach, people want results like this. You got to understand, he's showing up to that kitchen and opening that cabinet, and he does not know the ingredients he got. Mm-hmm. So I need garlic salt. We just got celery salt. But my offense needs garlic salt. I don't need so I got to make the celery salt work for a year or two until I get my garlic salt. Yep. So sometimes you got to make do with what's in the cabinet. Yep. And what was in the cabinet, he had to make do with. And sometimes there's some stuff in the cabinet that need to go for whatever reason. It's good for some food, but not the food you need to cook. Yep. So Mario got to get his ingredients. He got to get what he wants to build the roster he wants, to build the program he wants. That stuff does not happen overnight. It's going to take a recruiting cycle or two to start seeing Mario's guys on the field. He's still playing with young men who were here from the previous.
He got a lot of his guys though.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't. He bought a broom. He bought a giant broom.
The first 44. You know what I mean? He doing all right. You know what I mean? Right now.
That's facts. That's facts.
But you still got to give them young men time because those are ones that are thrown into the fire. You got to give them a little bit of time. The first crop of freshmen, unfortunately, they had to be thrown into the fire. You know what I'm saying? Malik Curtis had to be thrown out there. Ja'Cory Brown had to be thrown out there. And it hurts. I'm sorry. There's always going to be that. Hey, y'all are the first dogs. So y'all going, unfortunately, you guys had to take a little bit of the punishment. But you see, they stayed. You know what I'm saying? Chris Graves stayed. Malik Curtis stayed. Jaden Harris stayed.
Bill's character,
because they understand. I'm on the front line because that's what it needs to be right now. We building something. And sometimes to build, you gotta scorch that thing first before you can build on top of it. And Mario saw that. He was like, okay, the foundation ain't right. So I need to bring all this down. And it don't look great when you're making coaching swaps and you got this many entering the transfer portal. But look, man, if y'all want a championship program, you got to build a championship roster. And that starts from the ground up.
And you also got to understand, you got to have the ability to adapt, right? Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might not be your shit, but you do it for years. Like, you know what? I really didn't like that recipe. Let me switch it up.
Yep.
I went with the experience thing that I saw from YouTube. Let me see what TikTok got going with the new recipe. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what it takes. Let me see how he works. Let me talk to him a bunch of times. Because Mario famously takes a long time to interview, right? To make a decision. Because why would you make a snap hire? You know what I'm saying? Like this is everything. We know how big this fucking year is. Let's keep it a buck. We know how big this year is for recruiting and going forward. You can't do the same shit that you did last year. That would be unacceptable. And that's just in recruiting, not just as fans and all that other shit. For you know what I'm saying, for what you're trying to do and for the class you're trying to stack. All right, man. Yeah. I think we good, right? We good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right,
who you think is next, man? Who we think is next? Who we think?
We just taking a guess? We taking a guess?
Taking an who? Not an educated guess, just a
who
guess.
we want or who we guessing?
No, who do we think pops next? Okay. One offensive guy, one defensive guy. Who pops next?
All right, CB, you go first. I'm gonna need a second to think about this one.
Damn,
so we're giving. We have the barbecue at the end of the month. So at the barbecue weekend, who pops?
Okay.
Defense, 5-star defensive end Kamarian Franklin
pops. Okay.
At the barbecue.
Okay.
With the plate. Before he go to seconds, the first plate gonna be so fire. He gonna go to Salivate and be like, "Hey, put the tweet out right now before I get the second set of ribs."
I've got the to-go plate stacked. You know what I'm saying?
Stacked.
I've got the to-go plate
stacked. Offense.
Nobody that's committed elsewhere. It got to be somebody who's uncommitted.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew what it. I saw like how you swept the rug out from under him. You know where he was gonna go.
Offense. Who's next to pop?
I'll tell you who I got. What CB thinks. I don't want to.
Nope. Let him go, son. We can't say the same name.
Let's go. Eddie Pierre-Louis, offensive tackle / defensive lineman.
And that's a name we're not hearing too much of. Nobody's talking about that guy. Yeah.
No.
Eddie Pierre. He seems to be very quiet. I don't know why, but he seems to be very, very quiet.
Some guys don't like attention, man. You know?
Yeah, some guys. JoJo. They just don't like the.
Yeah, JoJo just goes, "Hey man, I'm committed," and JoJo's like, "I'm committed and I'm not going nowhere. Like, I'm not even taking no visits. Don't call me for shit.
Hey, shout out to JoJo for not no live, no nothing. That boy JoJo at 7, I'm home.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm out, y'all.
Artavius
too. Same thing.
Oh, man, he just want. I just want to chill. You know what I mean?
Keeping it a buck with him, like when we were hearing that he might pop on the 4th, and he waited, I was like, because that was my number. Hey, that was on my board. Numero uno for me was Artavius. So after that, I'm like, all right, if we keep him till December, fucking fire. All right, offense. Isandre Afua. You know what I'm saying offensive lineman
Ooh.
might be next. And all right, you said I was gonna go Cam, but you said we can't say the same names. So defense. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Chris Cole. I mean, listen, man, we predicting. We don't know shit.
Lion
I know
order.
Lion order, man. You know what I'm saying? Legacy. Yeah, Chris Cole.
I like it.
What about you, Joe?
Our linebacker / safety.
Another versatile, man.
Yeah,
Versatility.
Man.
No.
Nah. It don't work that way. It don't matter how.
You know what I mean?
Nah, you don't do that.
8 different ways. All right, we out.
No,
have a good work week, CB. I hope everything's good. Shout out to Kingswell.
No,
I don't understand what you're doing.
It doesn't.
I don't understand what you're
No,
doing.
it's still say live up there in the corner.
All week, so enjoy your week.
Offensive D. He asked the question.
This is the longest farewell ever, man. What is he doing? Ain't no water in this shit. Ain't no
strawberries. Strawberry infused water. You know
hey man, you got to answer the same goddamn question. What are you doing right now? No,
hey, you should put cherries in there, but put one of the good cherries.
Because there's 2 types of good cherries. Watermelon in my next one.
Put one of the 2 type of good cherries. There's 2 type of good cherries. Make sure you put the light red ones.
All right, man. Offense.
I hear trying to escape.
I'm gonna go.
There's still no water in there. Stop eating cherries.
Right?
Yeah,
nope.
You did that.
You don't want to set the rules.
I was about to answer. I was this close to answer, and Joe said that shit. I was like, why would you do that to me, bro? Yeah, can't be committed.
Yeah. Everybody I got is committed somewhere.
Right?
Sounds like a problem, fam.
No,
sounds like a problem. You asked the question.
On defense, we got Zaquan Patterson.
Oh, let's go, Zaquan. 5-star safety from Chaminade.
Yeah.
Okay.
On offense,
is he another Raven? Is he another Raven?
Yes.
I think he is, right?
I think he is, right?
He's another Raven.
So.
Yeah. Shout out to Miami Gardens, man.
On offense, I'm going to go with Ryan Wingo.
Ooh. By July. By end of the month.
By the barbecue, yes. Going to go with Ryan Wingo.
Look at CB's face, yo. Okay.
5-star, 5-star wide receiver, Ryan Wingo.
Where's Ryan Wingo from?
So just to recap,
Ryan Wingo is from St. Louis.
So just to recap, I said Kamari and Franklin and Eddie Pierre Louise. Ben said, I'm sorry, that shit threw me off. Ben said,
I was not ready for that.
Ben said Chris Cole and Papa Afua on who is widely considered as the best interior offensive lineman in this class. And Joe said Ryan Wingo.
Yeah.
And who's the defensive player you said? Zaquan Patterson. I'm fucking gone right now, dude.
You don't care about defense?
Zaquan Patterson.
By the way, Ryan Wingo is crystal ball to Texas, man.
Yeah, he is currently crystal ball to Texas. They had updated that. Was it whose commitment was it that they updated it? Was it Nesta's on 24/7? They were talking about him, Dylan Stewart. No, it was Lightfoot's. It was Lightfoot's because they were talking about Dylan Stewart rushing, and I think they had just updated his crystal ball to Texas during that stream. Because remember we had talked about that after too.
Yeah,
because he's been kind of quiet.
Dylan Stewart has been quiet too.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
he hasn't set a date, right?
Got him going.
Rushing has a date though, right?
I thought Rushing moved back. I thought Rushing moved back.
Rushing already committed.
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah.
5-star. Yeah, but nothing from Wingo. Nothing from Dylan Stewart, man.
Wingo
Simmons don't have a date yet either, right?
No.
Wingo set up a visit though. Wingo's coming to visit though.
Last
OV?
weekend of December. Yeah, last
Ready.
weekend.
Right before signing, early signing day.
Right before signing day. Yeah, right before early signing day.
Ryan Wingo.
The final weekend. Yeah.
What's
All right,
what's
man.
wrong
All
with
right.
your face? Your face is different,
The
right?
timing
let's-
is just it. I just think it's
Okay.
cool.
Okay, all right. Your face changed.
Okay,
I was just
Remember,
seeing if something happened.
we keep talking about the ones that want to wait that favors us, right? You got a 5-star receiver that wants to wait a little bit later in the process. Great. We want to show you something. You know what I'm saying? We want to show you that the offense works. So if you want to wait, that works for us, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
The reason
All right,
the
guys,
reason that Ryan Wingo shocked me is just because it's been quiet on him, so you haven't heard his name come up a lot.
It hasn't been that quiet though. It hasn't been that quiet because he did have some shit to get off his chest in the interview.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
They got removed.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like shout out to that one. So he hasn't
Shout
been
out
that
to
quiet.
Ryan
He
Wingo
did
for
talk.
being real. That was that was real though. That was real. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Wingo kept it a buck, man. That's real shit. All right, man. We up out of here, man. That's it. That's all we
Yeah.
got. Joe's fake eating cherries still because he didn't want to answer the question, man. It's that You
Strawberries.
Heard podcast, yo. We out. Peace.
Better than watermelon.